Week 1 of the National Football League. And tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Titans and the Niners on Monday Night Prime Time.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Tennessee Titans and the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Henry running right. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Henry up the middle. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first down.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Here's Tannehill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Johnson slow, pulled in by Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. First carry for Christian. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this was a nice example of the coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Johnson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now Johnson throwing on 4th down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Down the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Johnson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Johnson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Let's go. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big... So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On second down, here's Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a 5th return for a 49er touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, they return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They begin with Henry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Johnson able to haul it in as Kittle. And they were able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. McCaffrey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Johnson now throwing on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Now Tannehill. As this complete to Woods. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Tannehill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Johnson on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve. that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Johnson to throw on second down. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Johnson looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On second down, here's the option. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Here's Johnson on third down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year.
Looking to start for runs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And into the end zone, a pick 6 from the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. A try here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Throwing on second down, Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, There's no way you can call the last drive.
And this is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain it?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a third person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good.
Keep going.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's their quarterback with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the 49ers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st and 10, Tannehill.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Tannehill throwing again.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Tannehill now to throw. Flush to his right.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Short little throw to Ebron. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
Up and good for Santoso.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out them real sharp in the second half.
Johnson now. A final shot before break. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets them 3 more. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. On 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple rush rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Back to throw here.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Now Johnson throwing to start the drive.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Touchdown!
Deebo Samuel
With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
The extra point forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Tannehill.
He gets it to Burks again. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though?
Absolutely.
Who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 66 yards. And the Niners just continue to roll. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there was no chance that he could actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson over the middle. That's complete to McCaffrey.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Johnson over the middle. That's caught by McLeod.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Johnson.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Tannehill. He finds his target, Ebron. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now here in Santa Clara. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. So far he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He's just shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Tell you what, Marty, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the counter, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant, and he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Johnson throwing on 4th down. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Finding room at midfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st down, Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the 49ers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Johnson. Throw left side, complete to McLeod. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Johnson. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's going to have the Niners 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Now a dump off here complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards in the 1st. Operating from the gun. Johnson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 47 yards. And the 49ers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's garbage. What are you guys doing?
Tannehill on first down. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to...
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. Glancing down at the stat sheet, and we've been tracking it, but you get a 100-yard game, you're really happy. You're over 200 like he is. You probably want that ball after this game, don't you?
You want that one. You want to continue to call the same plays in any other game you play. You're having one of those magical performances that just never want.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. Shifts by him. And the Titans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
From the 45 on second down, Tannehill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They dial up the call blitz that time, and it delivers to the team of a 9-yard loss. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
He's going to let it go again. He's got a man complete. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a minute. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And the Titans are going to recover the football. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Tannehill throwing again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And that is no good. And they will remain well behind.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this one. No, okay.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Tannehill. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed it out.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today.